Let's get straight into it. Should you pull Silphu with level 999 or not? Because that's really the only question people care about right now, not the fancy kit tags or the extremely long explanations. So I'm going to keep this quick and simple. What she does, who she's good for, and who should skip. Silphu with level 999 is a 5-star imaginary Alation DPS, so right away, she's not a normal DPS character. She's built to deal damage around Alation, and she's built around a very specific archetype and style. The big thing with her is speed. A lot of her value comes from building her properly, and guides keep pointing to 160 speed as an important breakpoint. So if you're pulling her, you should know that this is not a throw random gear on her and forget it character. She needs proper and heavy investment. The reason people are interested in her is very simple. She looks like a strong Alation main DPS with a very clear build path. Her ultimate puts her into a powered up state, and her kit rewards you for stacking speed and playing around her rotations. That makes her really appealing if you like characters that feel strong when built correctly. She also isn't just a burst button character. She has damage, SP related utility, and a kit that can actually work very well in wave content. So who should actually pull her? First of all, if you already have one of the 2 real team routes for her, the premium route right now as of 4.2 is Silphu level 999 plus Sparksy and Yao Guang and a sustain in the last lot. That team is repeatedly described as her best setup right now because Sparksy feeds punchline and Yao Guang gives them strong Alation synergy and extra skill activations. If you can realistic hit her speed breakpoint, her major traits want 160 speed, and the same guides keep pushing speed as one of the most important stats. If your relics and light cone situation can get her close to that without completely ruining the rest of your account, she gets much better. Pull her if your account already has the basics covered. She's not the character you grab when you still need your first strong sustain, first strong main DPS, or a core support lineup. She's the kind of pull that is premium and makes more sense when your account is already stable and you're upgrading into a specialized carry, in this case, the Alation meta. Now, if you can use the free-to-play Alation route and actually want that playstyle, you can also consider pulling her. If you don't have enough premium pieces, the Alation Trailblazer plus Astra or Sparkle is actually a good lineup along with Silphu with level 999. That means she can still work without the full well setup, but only if you're willing to build around the archetype instead of forcing her into a generic team like throwing Robin next to her. If you're willing to invest in her signature light cone, because her signature light cone is a big part of her premium build. It's basically the only DPS light cone that gives speed, and that speed gets converted into Alation through her traces, which is why it makes hitting the 200 speed breakpoint way more realistic and doable with this. So if you're going for her best setup, the signature light cone is a huge boost. Now on the harder end, people who should skip. If your account does not have an Alation team path at all, you should consider skipping her. Because if your roster does not include Sparksy, Yao Guang, then you're missing the important pieces that actually let her kit function well, unless you invest properly in the before mentioned free-to-play teams. That's where the unit starts to look strong on paper but awkward in practice. Skip her if your account is still in the cover the basics phase. If you're still missing a reliable sustain, a main DPS you actually use, then a specialized Alation carry is a luxury pool, not a priority. She rewards existing account and strengthens more than she carries it. If you cannot or do not want to build around 116 speed and think that's a too high investment, then you should probably skip her as well, because reaching that breakpoint is not optional flavor text, it's the main trace condition and big part of her kit. If you hate speed tuning, relic farming, and constantly chasing a specific stat target, she will be much more annoying to build around than actually rewarding. Finally, if you want a unit that is flexible across any team, her best teams are extremely, and I should reiterate this, extremely Alation focused, and even the premium teams are built around specific partners like Sparksy and Yao. So if you want a pool that slots into much more teams and is much more flexible, this is probably not the cleanest one right now. If you're already short on pools and you also don't want to chase her signature light cone, that's another reason to pass, because her best setup gets a lot more comfortable with it. Okay, so here's the actual pool or skip breakdown. If you already have the Alation pieces, or if you're willing to build the free-to-play Alation route but requires heavy investment, your account is already stable and you can realistically work towards 160 speed. However, you should skip her if you don't have the support core for her, your account still needs basic upgrades, you don't want to play around a very specific Alation archetype, or you want to save for future characters like Evernesia or the extremely stacked 4.2 rerun banners. And one more thing, and this part matters, it's not always about the meta. If you love her design, her vibe, or if you're just a Silverwolf stan since forever, then this is a perfectly valid reason to pull. A gaming is much more fun when you actually enjoy the character designs than how you use them. So yeah, that's the real verdict. Silverwolf level 999 is a strong pull if your account can actually support her. If not, she is the kind of character you can safely skip without feeling bad. Anyways, that's the quick answer. Specialized elation carry and not a universal must pull. So make sure to subscribe if you want more no BS and quick videos on future updates about Honkai Star Rail.